Okay, this is my attempt to show you a website and how I can create a website using fairly easy to use software. Um, WordPress is what I generally recommend to students. There are labs for WordPress, so I'm not going to show WordPress since you already know about it. Okay? Wix is another one that people tend to use. That's pretty easy. I use something called Webflow. Okay? webflow.com. Okay. Not free though. I think it's free to create, but you can't post it online without paying for it. Okay. So this is their editor, and I'm still relatively new to it, but it is a pretty relatively easy to use system. But what I like about it is I can take it and I can see what my site looks like on every single type of device. So um, phone, when it's turned on its side, and then a tablet, and then obviously a computer here. So I can go in and I can modify things, and I have a lot of customization that I can do here. So I can set what this link goes to, okay, and so I can choose pages. I can have it go to a specific URL. I can have it go to a specific section of the page. I can have it go to email. I can even have it dial a phone number, and I can also attach a file and link to it. So there's a lot of different options that I have here, and obviously there's a whole bunch of settings that can get in here and get pretty in depth in what I'm doing here. Okay. And then I can go in and I can modify. And the idea of this type of responsive design is what it's called, actually, is responsive design, is everything is in like a rectangle. So no matter what size of screen I'm on, it just will resize those rectangles and the contents of them. So this makes it where I can have a very responsive site for mobile purposes. Okay. So no matter where the person's at, boom, here we go. So lots of different things that you can find in these different tools. So you can set different layouts. You can do common elements, which are part of the HTML language, which is used to build web pages. So at its core, if I go to my website, I won't be able to show it in this video, but if my website is linked from the core syllabus, if you go there and you actually go up to your Chrome or whatever browser you're using and you look for the view source, in Chrome it's under view developer view source, you'll see the actual generated HTML of the web page. Okay, it will have other things like cascading style sheets and maybe JavaScript and things like that, other languages. But at its core, it has HTML, which is a markup language. It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML itself has been around for over 30 years now. Okay, and it's different versions as we get further along in the development of the web. So this particular utility allows me to take that HTML, and instead of having to know how to write it, I can just click and drag these over onto the palette on the right and easily create buttons and list items and dividers and different types of text, etc. Okay? I can also do things like have a database backend to do content management. I can do media, embed YouTube videos, whatever it might be. I can embed different types of forms, different types of components here as well. Light boxes, tabs are all different ways to organize the website. I can do different layouts. So you can see here what they would look like if I chose different types of layouts for my site. I don't have to program any of this. I can just click and drag and then fill in details. And then I can create additional things here as well. I can create new pages very easily. I can move them around, the ordering and stuff. If I was using a content management system, like I had a bunch of videos, maybe as a photographer I had a bunch of photographs, I could put these into a CMS and make them available to my customers. I can set up e-commerce. I don't have this because it's a paid feature. I can set up like a media, all the different media on my site. I can set it up here, and then I can then choose it later on for different aspects of my site. I can change settings, etc. So, and again, I can change the size and see what it looks like on here, and then when I'm done, I can publish it. Okay. So I can go and I can do all sorts of cool stuff with this, make a website pretty simply. So this particular website, I threw up, and it probably took me all of 45 minutes to build this thing. Okay. If I were to do this by hand, or I would use my own server running WordPress, The last time I built my website for my business, it took me 2 weeks of using WordPress to get it all set up the way I like. Again, this is probably about 45 minutes of work. All right. So that's it for this demo, and I will record a demo for the project management later on.